Meta wants you to succeed with your ads, all right? And that's why they're showing exactly how they want you to run your ads on their platform, but nobody's paying attention for whatever reason, all right? So in this video, I wanted to show you exactly how that is gonna work, all right? This is all directly from Meta. I'm not making this up, all right? I have the exact links right here. You can check it out yourself, but this is exactly how it works, right? We have a graphic right here. This is post-Andromeda, right? So this is basically how Andromeda works right now. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna show you exactly how it works on a high level, and then I'm gonna show you exactly how you can use that to create your ads and launch your ad campaigns and scale your ads, all right? So step number one, understanding what they want you to do, how it works basically. What they're gonna do is you're gonna take all of your ad creatives and you're gonna put it into one campaign, right? And what Meta is gonna do, or what their AI is gonna do, their AI is gonna analyze all of the ad creatives that you give them, right? They're gonna analyze everything. They're gonna analyze the copy, so the words that you're using in your ads. They're gonna analyze the background. They're gonna analyze the tonality. They're gonna analyze how you look, everything, right? And based on all of that, they're gonna try and match it with the right type of person that is likely to convert to your messaging, right? So let's say you're selling, I always like to use this example because it's super easy to understand. Let's say you're selling an Amazon offer, right? Let's say you're selling an Amazon offer, and in your ads, you're talking about product selection. So how to select good products that are gonna work well on Amazon wholesale, whatever it might be, right? If you communicate that well in your ads, Meta is going to be able to analyze the words that you're using and match it to the right type of person that is likely to convert to exactly that messaging, right? So if somebody has ever searched something or is frequently searching about Amazon product selection on YouTube, for example, or on Google, whatever it might be, Meta is going to know that, right? And it's because they have millions and billions of data points about for every single person who's using Meta or their platforms, whatever it might be, right? And that's exactly why they can take your ads, analyze what you're saying in your ads, and then take that and show it to the right type of person that is likely to convert to that messaging, right? That's how it works. A couple of years ago, and by the way, I'm very sure this still works, but they're just not showing it publicly, you could even select what type of income you want your prospects to have. It's ridiculous. They're all selling their information to Meta, like the banks. Meta knows everything about everyone. And if you can communicate your pain points and stuff like that, your angles well in your ads, they're going to know exactly who's likely to convert, and they're going to take the ads and show it to the right type of person. That's how it works. Kind of crazy, but that's exactly how it works, right? So what you have to do is just analyze and understand who your ICP is, understand how you can target them through your angles, right? And basically let Meta do its job, all right? And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can do that. By the way, before we continue, if you want a full free funnel audit where I step into your funnel, check out your offers, search for bottlenecks, search for opportunities that you can use to go ahead and scale your offer to $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 per month, there's going to be a link in the description. Just check out the first link. This is not a sales call. There's no call required to get it. Just fill out your information and I'm going to send you a Loom funnel audit within 24 hours. But yeah, let's continue with the video. So step number one is going to be market research, right? Whenever you want to start running ads, whenever you want to start scripting out ads, whatever it might be, you need to do market research. You need to understand exactly who your ICP is, and you need to understand exactly how, like what angles you can use to actually target them. Again, if you remember, I just said Meta is going to analyze the words that you use in your copy, and they're going to show it to the right type of person. So what you have to do is you have to understand what exactly to say in order to reach those people, right? And you also have to understand who those people actually are. Okay, that's what step one is about, all right? So what you're going to use for that is 3 sources of truth, which is 1, your sales calls, 2, your onboarding calls, and 3, Reddit. Right? Sales calls and onboarding calls is pretty straightforward. Okay, so it's just the transcripts that you're going to take from there. And then what you're going to do is you're going to use AI to do that. Okay, so you're going to have this market research template. By the way, if you want to have this whole document, just message me on IG. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your market research template. I have this one right here, for example. So these are just like the questions that I like to ask to understand who I'm actually talking to, right, and what angles we can use. Right, so you're going to take this, and then for Reddit, right, you're going to do research like this. Okay, so as you can see, this is a document for a trading offer. We have so many Reddit. Cool thing about Reddit is that if you search for anything related to your offer, let's say, I don't know, I want to start an agency there. I want to start an AI agency plus Reddit, right? You're going to see hundreds of threads like these. Okay, you can just click on anyone, and you're gonna see like people actually having conversations about that specific business model, right? So there are hundreds of threads like these. You can just take them and use it to do your market research, right? So you're gonna like take all of the Reddit threads and paste it into one Google Doc like this, okay? From there, you're gonna take this Google Doc, right, together with your sales call transcripts, your onboarding call transcripts, and this market research template. Put it all into Claude, let Claude analyze and answer all of these questions right here through those 3 things, right, and nothing else, and you're gonna have your perfect market research template, right? Like from there, Claude is gonna be an expert when it comes to your ICP, so you can just you can just prompt it further. You can ask for more angles. You can understand why people actually close through your sales calls, like the type of people that close versus who doesn't close, right? All of that stuff. You're going to be able to have a really good Claude knowledge and a really good market research document through this step right here. Okay, so that's what you're going to do in step 1. Step 2, right? Now we have our market research. Now we use Claude again to find our personas and the angles that we want to use, right? So the personas are the people that we're going to target. Again, the ad candidates, as you can see right here, right? And then the angles are basically what we use to communicate to those personas and actually reach them, all right? Or get Meta to reach them. So, because that's how it works, as I said. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your market research template. As I just said, you're gonna have this market research chat knowledge, right? And you're also gonna have a document like this right here with all of the questions answered, right? From there, what an angle actually is just an idea for the ad, right? Just an idea. It could be the current set of beliefs that your prospects have. It could be a problem that they're experiencing. It could be failed attempts, it could be frustrations, whatever it might be. It's one specific type of way that you try to reach them, okay? So as an example, like one specific thing could be for Amazon, for example, somebody who's struggling with product selection because every product they find feels like it's saturated, right? That's what I found when I did my market research on Reddit for an Amazon offer, right? That's, for example, one angle you can use to target them and communicate to them, right? That's a current set of belief. You can just shift that belief into, it's not saturation, it's just about how you have to do it, stuff like that, right? So that's one angle. The most important thing when it comes to angle is that you have to get into your prospect's head, right? That's like the number one thing. If you can describe your prospect's current situation or the problems better than they could, they are gonna convert. That's the game. Like, that's all copywriting is. It's just understanding your prospects and communicating to them and just shifting their beliefs. That's all copywriting is, right? So that's what you have to do. So for example, I'm looking to attack a current set of belief that they have and shift it in our favor by showing a better way. For example, if they're only finding, like, let's say it's a SaaS offer, right? We're helping people build and scale their SaaS products, right? One set of belief could, for example, be that their SaaS is not working because their SaaS product isn't well developed yet, right? Which is not favorable to us. So what we do is we shift that belief into one that's actually favorable to us, which is, it's not just SaaS product. It's not the features that your SaaS product has. It's about the marketing. Your marketing is just not good, and that's why it doesn't work. We attack their current belief and we shift it in our favor. Now they're like, oh shit. Okay, yeah, it really could be my marketing. Let me check out what this guy has. And then you basically send them to whatever type of funnel that you're using, right? Or I'm describing a problem that a prospect is experiencing right now and I tease the fix, right? As an example, let's say with the SaaS offer, maybe their current problem is that they can't get any SaaS users from organic content, right? Maybe it's that, and that's a problem that they're experiencing. What you could do is you could communicate that problem extremely well to the prospect. You basically explain their exact situation and they're like, oh shit, he knows exactly what I'm experiencing, right? That's what you have to do. And then you basically tease the fix. The fix could be, you're just like pitching your app. The fix could be, you're just like pitching your SaaS product in your organic content, which is not how it works. You actually have to have native organic videos in order to actually get people to sign up for it, because if it's salesy, they're not gonna sign up, right? That's how you tease the fix. And then you basically send them to your funnel. If you wanna see how that works, go check out my webinar, go check out my VSL, free training, whatever it is, right? So another thing could be, I'll describe their current situation, future pace into the dream state, step by step, right? There are so many ways you can actually communicate to your prospects. I'm just giving you some ideas right here, right? You just have to use your market research right here, use Claude to analyze what people are actually thinking about, what problems they're experiencing, what beliefs they have, and then you go ahead and tailor your messaging and your ads towards that, okay? If your ad is talking to one specific person through a very specific angle, Meta is going to analyze it, they're going to understand who you're trying to talk to, and they're going to have millions of data points about everybody, which means they're going to take your ad and put it in front of the right person. Because again, if you're talking about software founders who are struggling with organic content, they are going to know exactly who is a software founder struggling with organic content. So they're going to be like, okay, your ad is talking about this person is experiencing exactly that, let's match it together. That's how it works. This is like what the graphic shows you right here, okay? All right, so that's step number 2. Now step number 3 is you have to write and launch your ads. I'm not gonna go into like how to exactly write out the ads, okay, because it's it's always the same. Pretty much it's always hook, body, CTA, and it always depends on the type of angle that you're using. For example, if you're using an angle like this where you describe their current problem and tease the fix, the hook and the intro of that ad is gonna be about their specific problem, right? And then you basically explain that problem, shift their beliefs, and then tease the fix and send them to the video, right? It's pretty straightforward once you have your market research dialed in, right? You don't have to have crazy copywriting frameworks for this, right? You just have to be able to communicate their problems extremely well, use their language, and sound like a normal human being, right? If you can do that, you're gonna be able to write your ads. I also have a lot of training videos on my YouTube channel. You can check it out. But yeah, launching the ads. So how is that gonna work? You're gonna need 25 to 30 unique ad creatives top to bottom. Not 20 hooks, 10 bodies, and then 1 CTA, and then you have 2 million like ad creatives. No, it does not work like that. What Meta values now is creative diversification. Again, I'm not just making this up. You can check it out yourself, right? I have it here. So creative diversification refers to the practice of creating a wide range of ad creatives with different themes, messages, and visuals to cater to diverse audience segments. Right? What does that mean? You need unique ads. You need a lot of unique ads to get Meta. Like, this is all ammo. Right? Think of it as ammo. Think of it as you're giving Meta 30 rounds of ammo, okay, in the ad campaign, and then Meta is basically gonna take all of that ammo, they're gonna test, like they're gonna start spending on each and every one of your ads, right? And then they're gonna see, okay, this ad is performing much better than the other ads, okay, and then they're gonna spend the majority of your ad spend on those 1 to maybe 3 creatives, okay? That's how it works. So you're gonna give them ammo, they retrieve it, they analyze your ads, it's 25 to 30 unique ads, right? They analyze it, put it in front of the right person. The one that gets you the lowest cost per result is gonna be prioritized by Meta, and they're gonna spend the majority of your ad spend on that creative, all right? So that's how it works. The campaign structure is gonna look like this. You have one, this is like what I always use, right? Obviously you can go like super deep into testing different campaign setups, right? But if you're below, I would say $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 per day, don't bother with it, right? The most important thing is gonna be your ad creatives. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna have one ad ABO campaign, one broad ad set without any restrictions, right? Because again, you don't have to set any rules to reach people, right? Meta's gonna do that for you, as I said, okay? And then in that one broad ad set, you're gonna have your 25 to 30 unique ad creatives, right? Meta's gonna spend on them, right? Again, 1 to maybe 2 or 3 ad creatives are gonna get the majority of your spend. I'm talking 90% of your ad spend, right? And if those ads are getting you good leads and a good cost per result, cool, run with it, scale it until it fatigues. If your ads are not getting you good leads, just kill the ads, take them out of that ad campaign and put more ads into it, right? That's how it works. So this is pretty much how Meta wants you to run your ads. You're basically you now understand how their AI system works with Andromeda. You understand exactly how to do your market research, right? As you can see right here, you know exactly how to find your angles and what types of angles to use with AI, and you know how to launch the ads and how to write them, okay? By the way, right now I'm doing free funnel audits, right? There's gonna be a link in the description, a video that explains exactly how it works. Basically, you're gonna give me the information about your offer, for example, your ads, your organic content, your funnel that you're using and stuff like that. I'm gonna take all of that in, I'm gonna look at your account as if it was my own client account, right? And I'm gonna search for bottlenecks and opportunities to help you scale. This is not a sales call. There is no call required to get this, right? Like, I don't frame my sales calls as a funnel audit, okay? You can just fill it out. I'm gonna send you some value. You can take from it whatever you want. But yeah, other than that, I appreciate you watching this video, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Peace.